I'm hungry. Welcome to Cooking Conspiracy. We're making a grilled cheese sandwich, but with tuna. So I guess that means technically it's a tuna melt. There we go. That was the word that I was looking for. So got a bowl. Got tuna. Now this is yellowfin tuna in olive oil. I don't think it adds that many calories, but the flavor is definitely better than when tuna's in water. Usually somewhere on the can it says, don't get the vegetable oil because that flavor sucks ass. Pardon me. But, you know, you want to make a good sandwich. The extra flavor of storing in olive oil is worth the calories on this one. Get a fork out. And yes, we're back on the couch series. We got a trash plate here. You know, they really should give us kitchenettes if they don't want the place smelling like tuna melts. But, you know, I guess maybe the people that stay in these places smell like tuna, so I'm not going to stress too much about it. Alright. Got tuna. Then a can. Set that aside. That will go in the community dumpster. Don't store seafood, fish cans, whatever in your trash can because then your whole home will stink. Life tip. Alright. Now what are we going to put in here? Because it would be pretty boring without. So let's make some floaties. So you can either get some carrot shavings like that, but that's going to take forever and we're not going to do that. So we're going to matchstick this bad boy. And hopefully I don't cut myself, but I'll probably get some views. Not too concerned about that though. Now I'm using carrots because this will give a nice good crunch. I would use onions, but I don't have any on hand and I'm not driving to the store right now. So, hopefully kind of these reasonably fine. And the bread on your sandwich will be, give it a little bit of crunch, so you don't need a whole ton. But you definitely want a little bit more flavor in there. The carrots give it a nice sweetness, so that's why we're using those. And, you know. We're gonna use about half a carrot, but if you got micro carrot, you would use the whole thing, or baby carrot, or whatever they call it. Turns out if you got a baby carrot, you might need to use like 7 of them, because they just don't get the job done. Not that I think this carrot is particularly huge or anything, but I mean, basically when you bite in or work on that tuna, you don't want a big crunch, you don't want a big hard spot, you just want a little bit. You want to know that it's just a little piece of carrot that you're biting into. So, a nice little dice there. I mean, I'm not trying to make, you know, sand out of it or anything like that, but definitely trying to get a nice little fair dice to it. Into the bowl it goes. Alright. So we got that in there. Now what's next? I got these little mini bell peppers or whatever, so I'm going to use that. You could also use onion, what I normally prefer, but I don't have any onion with me and I'm not driving to the store. Jalapeno would also be far superior because that would give it a little bit of kick, but we'll address that later in the mixing portion. So I'm just doing cuts lengthwise as I rotate the pepper around. And then I'm just going to, like the carrot, just give it a dice, and it'll be about the same size as the carrot. And, you know, just giving it a little bit of flavor, getting at least a serving of vegetables in out of this situation. I don't think I've had any vegetables in like 3 days, so I mean, it doesn't have to be super finely diced, but in it goes. All right, this is a quick one. I mean, this meal, man, let's hurry. I'm gonna make it in halftime. We'll see. We'll see if I make it. I think I will. All right. So we continue. We got some mayo. Let's get a couple tablespoons of action in there. There we go. And ultimately, how much mayo you put in to that is up to you. I won't judge. If you want creamy, add more. If you want vinegary, add more vinegar or hot sauce as I'm doing. But yes, I am cooking in the, not my living room, but a hotel living room situation. So we're going to give it a nice little serving of Frank's Red Hot. Put that down there. So that'll give it a nice little acidicness. You got a nice fat of the mayo. We're going to hit it up with some garlic powder. Put that in there. Black pepper. And, you know, some salt. There we go. Now we're going to take this fork. We're going to fold everything in together. And we're going to see how it turns out and adjust the consistency accordingly. And hopefully everything's sticking together all right. And we can give it a little taster and adjust as necessary. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, you know how those sushi places make their fancy spicy mayo or whatever. It's literally garlic and hot sauce, and that's about it. Mayo, hot sauce, maybe a little bit of garlic, but not here to bag on American sushi. I mean, conspiracy of the day is American sushi is better because they put in rolls that taste great. Well, the quality of ingredients in Japan is much better. Yeah. So we got the tuna mix ready to go. We got Valley brand cheddar cheese. I mean, it'd probably be a pretty good boxing match between these and American singles. I mean, but, you know, I'm going to cut enough cheese to cover both pieces of bread I'm going to use. I'm trying to cut them pretty thin because I'm not trying to eat 1,000,000 calories in this. But each piece of bread will be about 100. So we're up to 200 plus the tuna. We're up to 400. A little bit in the butter, call it 50, so that's 450. You know, probably at least 200 worth of cheese, probably closer to 300. Add in the mayo, and you're talking about I don't know, an 800 calorie sandwich or so. Oh yeah, sea urchin's great. I mean, I loved eating it in pasta. I mean, I also, one pasta I really enjoyed that I never see around here is kind of like squid ink pasta. I thought that was amazing. Yeah. All right. Now, for this, you want kind of a boring bread. I'm cooking a sandwich, VH service. What does it look like? A tuna sandwich. I would have thought that was obvious. Question is, WTF are you doing watching me make a sandwich? But I appreciate it, We'll get through this situation together. Yeah, time to preheat this. What are you? I'm an idiot sandwich. Well, that escalated quickly. I would never assume that. And somebody, a lot of people just never had anybody in their lives that could make a good sandwich, and we should, pity them and help them get to a level where they can make a good sandwich. So, putting cheddar cheese on the sandwich. Got that heating up to medium. Now, I try not to cut the cheddar too thick, but accidents happen. Sometimes you pull something home that's a little too thick for you, but versus evening thickness versus morning thickness, it depends on the time of day. That's okay. So, got my tuna mixture. I'm gonna put it all down here. Now you could stretch this into 2 sandwiches, but I'm a red-blooded American male, so this is going to be 1 sandwich for me. And anything that doesn't fit, I'm going to eat a la carte, I believe is the French term for it. Not that I care. All right. Nice earthy sandwich. Put that to the side. Okay, see that? There's some protein in that bad boy. Okay, that's preheated. It's ready for the butter. We'll go ahead and throw 2 tablespoons of butter in there. I mean, sometimes if you don't put enough, especially when the pan's kind of hot, you can burn your butter. And I want to soak this thing. We'll call it soaking. Because burned butter does not taste good, but this really isn't rocket science here. But toasted butter is amazing. Let's go ahead and throw that in. Oh no, some tuna escaped. A piece of cheese escaped. That'll make a mess. That's okay. Pull that out before it's too late. I'm going to go ahead and set a timer. I'm going to give it a minute 30 there. You could also check it for toastiness. Nudge the cheese back in. We give it a nice little firm press. to make sure the bottom's laying flat. Sometimes you gotta watch your bottoms, you know, every once in a while they get out of line. And that tuna's gonna fall out, so I'm gonna pull it out. Oh man, beautiful Saturday here in Texas. Beautiful. Making a tuna melt. A grilled cheese sandwich with fish. Some people just like the taste of tuna. I'm one of them. It's great. Good protein. Keeps you full. About a minute 45. Ooh, a little bit of splatter action, you know. You don't like to be surprised by that. But that's a good toast on top. We'll pull it out on time at 3 minutes here, total cooking time. Now, pro tip, I'm going to cover it. This will help the cheese melt together. Meanwhile, I got to prepare a landing zone because I have no idea where I'm going to put this hot top and my sandwich when I pull it out. I mean, I got, you know, limited places to put it. Probably shouldn't put it on the upholstery. Didn't quite make it to halftime. My game started up again, so this is going to be an abbreviated version. I don't know what Benny was saying. What are you? I'm an idiot sandwich. I don't know what that means. Yeah. About 40 seconds on that side. A minute 40, that is. Let's clear all the floaties out of the way on the cutting board. Now, the thicker pieces of cheese have yet to melt, but that's okay. We're just gonna, you know, it works better if you got a bowl or something. We'll just let it press down there, squeeze everything together, just like that. That'll keep the heat on it. We'll cut it up in about a minute or so. We good. Turned off my griddle there. Or skillet, I don't know what y'all call it. Well, you know, I hope everybody's having a fabulous Saturday. Because it's college football season, so that's kind of amazing. Alright. So we'll set that over there. Make sure you're using the plate to keep it off the wood. Now, everybody knows that a grilled cheese has to be a diagonal cut. Now, there's not going to be a cheesy pull apart on this one, but that's what we got going on here. So it's just about perfect. Good flavor. Perfect toastiness. Both sides. Could go a little bit longer, a little bit less, and it would still be fine. Well, feel kind of awkward just eating the sandwich, but I'm distracted by watching the football game behind the camera. I really don't want to get up and turn it off. Well, that's a tuna melt in 20 minutes or so, start to finish. It's obviously a lot easier if you're in your own kitchen and have a little bit more room to operate. But I hope you enjoyed it. Quick, easy, cheap, economical meal. Great for weeknights, great for lunch, and we'll fill you up, and you won't have to eat a bunch of other stuff for the rest of the day. So, with that being said, I'm going to enjoy my sandwich. Ciao.